Hey guys, how you doing? So I got a chance to go away last weekend. I didn't take any videos, just didn't really feel like it. Plus I was with a friend. And it always feels a little awkward, a little rude to take videos when you're with somebody. So I went to a campground in Lanesboro, Massachusetts called Hidden Valley Campground. Very nice place. People are really nice. They weren't officially open, but they were still letting in some people. Kind of shady. It was hard to find sunny spots, but you know, very wooded area. Very nice though. So I spent 2 nights there. Went like Friday, got there Friday evening and left Sunday. I didn't end up hiking Mount Greylock. We hiked Saturday a couple places. I went in the AT for the first time. The AT goes through there in Pittsfield. And a little bit something called the Pine Cobbles. That was cool, nice view. So by the next day my feet were kind of sore, so we didn't really attempt to do Greylock, which was a good thing because it started pouring. So we ended up just going to the movies and hanging out and stuff. So I had a good time. So since this was my first official trip in the van, I thought I'd give a little update on how everything worked and some changes I might, little changes I made and stuff like that. So let's get to it. So once, of course, you start packing, you always end up, bringing more things that you didn't think of originally. So I made this is my day hike bag. I got tired of taking everything out of that container back there and putting it in a bag every time I went hiking. So I just decided to keep all my day hiking stuff right there. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more crowded, but no big deal. Sorry, it needs to be vacuumed. Now my clothing bag was there, fit fine. That's back in my house though. I ended up storing bananas in here. That worked well. We made some of those no blender smoothies. That came out really well. We both liked that. I ended up putting this cargo net back up because I wanted to kind of take a few different pair of shoes and sweatshirts and stuff. So the clothing bag was getting too full. So I put that back up, and that's where I kept some things. And I ended up using it also to tie up my hiking poles. I just used some gear ties there and a bungee cord. I did that after the weekend, so I'm not sure if we're going to hit my head on that. Yeah, I do hit my head on it, so I probably won't keep that there. Just, store it there for now. Alright, well, I didn't have any condensation, but I didn't really spend much time in the van, just slept in it and washed up in it. So I can't really judge how that EverDry thing worked quite yet. This chair I just took out and put, we had a campsite, so I just took this out, pretty much use it outside. I got my carbon monoxide smoke detector back in, which is beeping, so I guess I need new batteries. Alright, let me go over each of the systems and I'll let you know how it worked. The toilet worked great. I set up my privacy tent and just put the toilet in there. I mean, you do have to have good knees, though, because you are sitting pretty low. So what I did was I also put that big pink container in the bottom in the privacy tent so I could put things on it. And then I had the toilet next to it. So everything's in there that I needed. That worked great. Very comfortable. And what I ended up doing, and I didn't even realize I was going to be able to do this. So I left this big container. I had the pads on, and then I just opened up this big container, and it was right there in the center, and I was just able to sit and pee in that container, and then dump that container every, few times. So that worked good, and I didn't even really plan on doing that. In the van, I kind of just straddle it, squat, straddle over it, and that works great. But in the privacy tent, it worked good just for pee and that. And then otherwise I have other bags and everything if I needed to go number 2. But still, everything is contained in this little toilet. So I was real happy with that. I don't think I need to really make any changes to that. I have the inverter off right now. My refrigerator isn't in here right now. I decided to keep that in my room because my dad was getting into my food. So I decided to keep it in my room with my food in it. Not that I don't want to share with him, but he puts his spoon, he eats out of things, I call it his mouth spoon. He just puts it in his mouth and dips it into whatever's around, whether it's his or not. So that's disgusting. Another change, I decided, I always liked hammock camping, but I thought, well, I may have to switch to a tent just to save room. But I was able to fit everything in. The hardest thing was the underquilt. So I took out the pillow that was here. And this is actually my underquilt that I'm using as a pillow. And this is the pillow I put under my knees. So it doesn't have to, I'm not that picky about it. So it's not compressed, so I don't have to worry about, you know, damaging it in storage. So I use that under my knees. This worked great for under my arm. It got down to about the 50s at night, so I was fine with kind of partially in the sleeping bag, not even totally. My jackets I just kind of keep hung over this seat. That worked well. So I don't know if you remember, but I had a little container under there. I didn't really care for that. You couldn't get at it. It was just one more thing to worry about. And I needed to keep these. These are my safes for the gun and ammo when I transport my gun, which I bought a couple guns. I'll show you them another time. So those are cabled to the car seat, and then they go into the safe. So those kind of can go back there. I wanted to be able to kind of keep those back there, because that area needs to be clear for me to step through. So there's a hint about my gun right there. So I decided to kind of, besides painting these pink, kind of decorate them with stickers. I don't like putting stickers on my van, so I thought, oh, I'll put them on my boxes instead. So there we have that. I didn't really have to go into this at all. I did decide to put some of the extra poop bags there, and afterwards I decided I didn't have anything for mosquitoes, so I put that there, those little mosquito coils. But this still has a little bit more room, so that's great. So I don't really need to go into this very much. So that stays there, that's not changed. Now let me show you this. This I had some books in, and I had my Gear VR in here. I also keep stuff when I go for a walk or a hike. I got a little fanny pack and a hat, some gloves, baseball hat, stuff for my phone, my eyeglass case. This is just stuff that I might need to grab when I go for a hike. And these are one pair of hiking boots, so keep those in there. So that just kind of became like a catch-all for just things I needed to keep handy. It worked well. Now there's my window covers. I didn't even use these because I was at a campground, so I didn't care. So I can't tell you how those worked, but I'm sure they'll be fine. This is the headlamp I just decided to hang here. So this is cool. It charges with a solar panel, which I haven't had to do it yet. And it's adjustable, so you can make it real bright. So that's pretty cool. I may put that back away just so it's not swinging around, but that worked great at night. Also, you know, we just put it on the table, put the legs down. And so my kitchen system worked out great. Remember, the fridge goes here and this is pushed back a little bit. You know, the pump worked great. Washed dishes in this little collapsible pan, and everything in there worked great. It was very simple, just took out these few things. And my food box worked great. So I ordered one of Adventure Van Man stickers. I'd like to eventually just kind of, you know, some of these YouTubers that I watch, get some of their stickers. So this table worked good. I just took it out. I didn't really need it because we had a picnic table. There's another one of my stickers. Now this is just mostly storage. I added a few more items to this so I could hammock camp. So I have my tent stuff and hammock in here now that I've got the underquilt. And I added some more water filters. Now that it's not freezing at nighttime, I can keep them in the car. This worked great. I had to fill my bottles up from the kitchen sink with that. So here's the privacy tent. That worked great. I was able to pop it up real quick and take it down in one try. But I realized I didn't have any stakes for it. So I got some of these just little shepherd hook type of stakes to keep it down. to stake it down real simply. It has these little loops at the bottom. I use this jug for water. That has water in it too, but I didn't really use it. I was only there a couple days, didn't need to shower. But there's still plenty of room right there. And I got this little extra little pocket here for the front of the car. Keep my gum and coupons in there. And my favorite part is my hygiene box. Remember before I had a container way back there with extra hygiene supplies? Well, I decided to simplify and compact it a little bit, and I just put it all in here. So it's a little fuller, but no big deal. I have a towel and stuff. This actually worked really good. Every night I was able to come in here and I sprayed a cloth or paper towels and was able to do my PTA at night. Somebody asked me what that stood for and I had to write it in the comments. Kind of vulgar, but okay. So my extra vinegar, spitting in this to brush my teeth was great. Lady items, you know, everything's here. It was just, this worked out great. I could just pull this out, have everything handy so I could wash up at nighttime. And that just slides in there perfectly. Oh, I forgot to talk about the bed. Okay, a lot of people are asking me about this cot. I got it at walmart.com. Sometimes you'll find it at Walmart store, depending on the store. Get the kind that doesn't have springs. I think they're going to last longer and they're more comfortable. So there's a picture of the tag. I might have mistakenly been calling this a Coleman cot, but it's actually Ozark Trail. I think it's like 35 bucks. So the bed was very comfortable. You know, I have this little camping mattress pad, the Big Agnes, that was very comfortable. Pretty much as comfortable as the thicker one I have at home. So overall, I have to say, you know, worked out well. I had a good time. I can't wait to go again. I don't really like the way this looks. Ugh. So I'm hoping I can kind of find a better solution for all this stuff, or just minimize a little bit more, because I just think it looks messy and it does interfere with my headroom. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully I will get out again pretty soon and maybe take some videos. Alright, thanks for all your support and your comments. Take care.